Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on how we can actually prepare a variance analysis dashboard in Power BI. If we look over here, we do have a database that has date column, departments column, expenses category, budget allocated year to date, budget for the full year, and actual amount incurred. So from this given database, what I actually want to do is I want to prepare a variance analysis dashboard in Power BI. So let's get started. So the first thing is what I'll do is I'll try to actually go to the Power BI desktop, and first thing is we need to import data from Excel. Why we import data from Excel? Because the file is located in an Excel format. So I click import data from Excel. So you need to know where you save your file. So for example, if you save in your desktop, you can go to your desktop. If you save in your downloads, you can go to your downloads. So I save in my download file, and the file name is Variance Report 001 January 2023. And I'm going to press open. Once you press open, you will notice that another box will appear. So in this case, what you can do is you can actually tick this box over here, because when you press select, you are not able to press load and transform. So you need to tick the box so that you are able to go to the load. So but what I want to do is I want to actually click on transform data so that we can go to Power Query Editor. So normally Power Query Editor, it is the place where we can perform data crunching, data cleaning, data transformation. But in this case, I don't want to do a technical or complex transformation. Instead, I want to do a simple calculation. If you look over here, we do have budget allocated year to date, and we also have actual amount incurred. So what I want to do is I want to actually calculate basically the difference between budget and actual amount, so that I can get the variance. So I just click over here, and then I press the control button and I click this column, and then I just go to add column and I click standard and subtract, because I want to find the difference between the budget and the actual. I click it over here, and over here we do have the variance. So I rename this and put it as variance. There you go. And then after that, I'll also choose the column. So I'll choose the column for the date, go to add column, click the date and just choose month. I'll choose the name of month. So once I choose name of month, so over here it will show me the name of month column. So basically what I want to do is I'll try to go to home and click close and apply. So once I click close and apply, automatically it will go to Power BI desktop and it will load the data. So the thing right now, what I want to do is basically I actually want to prepare a variance analysis report in my Power BI desktop. So right now we do have these details over here. So the first thing is what I want to do is I want to prepare a cut. So I'll just click on this cut over here, and I actually want to show the budget allocated. So I just tick this. So now we do have the cut that shows the budget allocated. But instead of showing in the form of 15 million, I actually want to show in the form of full number. So you go to format your visual over here, and then you go to the call out value, and instead of showing auto, I'll try to show in the form of none. And so that it will show me this data over here. But what if just say I want to actually show the comma, or I want to show the 1000 separator? What you can do is you can actually click on this column, and then you can just click on this 1000 separator over here, this comma over here. You click it over here and automatically it will pop up. But if just say I want to actually do for actual column, budget, full year, variance, I don't want to do one by one. How to do everything in one go? Well, you can actually go to the model view. So model view will show the summary, the headers and everything. So this time what I'll do is I'll click on the actual amount. I press the control button, click on budget, full year and variance. So once I select all the columns that has numerical, and suppose I want to change them to a 1000 separator or a comma separated, what I'll do is under property pins, I just click on yes for 1000 separator. By pressing yes, automatically it will show me the 1000 separator format. Then I go back to my report view. So now this is for budget. So just let me adjust this accordingly. Okay, I'm going to copy this and paste. So now this one over here. So instead of budget allocated, I'll just tick for actual amount. So now we do have the actual amount, and I'm going to copy this and paste. And this one over here, so what I'm going to do is I'll just want to change this to unselect, and I'll just select the variance. So in this case, we managed to figure it out. What is the budget allocated for the year to date? What is the actual incurred for year to date? And what is the variance? But if just say you don't want the word sum of budget allocated, you can actually go to build your visual, and over here you just double click. So I have budget allocated and I don't want the word sum of. So I remove, I press enter, here you go. But if just say you don't want this down here, this category label as gray color, you can actually go here and go to the category label, and I put here as maybe white color, and then call out value, so I change to white color. Okay, and maybe the background I want to change to a different color, so I go to general, effects, and I change to dark blue. Okay, so here you go. You can do the same thing as well. So over here, maybe you can change another different blue. So this blue over here, visual, I change to white color font so that it appears here white. And then for category label, also the same thing, I put here white color. But if just say I don't want the word sum of, I can actually double click here and double click over here. So just remove actual incurred, and I remove the word sum of. So we have actual incurred year to date. You can also do the same for the variance as well. So over here, I'll go to this format your visual, general, effects, I change to blue color, any blue color you want. So we have this, and perhaps I'll just go to format your visual, category label, put this as black color. So yeah, we do have that, and then double click, and instead of sum of variance, we only have variance. So right now we have budget allocated, actual incurred, we have variance. And then what I want to do next is I also want to show the performance, maybe the expenses and so on. So what I'll do is I'll just click on this clustered column chart. So when I click it over here, so let me just draw over this. Okay, I put it over here, and then what I'll do is I'll just tick for the expenses, I'll tick for the budget allocated for the year to date, and I'll tick the actual amount. So just like that, we can have a comparison on this data over here. So we notice that the highest budget allocated is for wages and so on. But what if just say the manager want to see the top 5? Because the manager don't want to see everything, the manager wants to see top 5. So what you can actually do is over here expenses is all. So you can actually click here, and we can put here top end instead of just filtering everything. We can put here top end. Here we can show top 5. And then what you can do is you can actually put here the variance bracket over here, and you can apply filter, and over here it will show us the top 5 variance. But however, when it comes to variance, we do have positive number and negative number. So in this context, what you can do is you can actually put absolute for the variance. So what you can do is you can actually either go to the table view and add a new column, or you can also add a new measure. So maybe in this case, I'll add a new measure, and I put here absolute variance. And over here what I'll do is I put ABS, and I'll put here variance, okay, or maybe some variance. So we have this variance column over here, close bracket and close bracket again, and enter. So once we press enter, so right now we do have a new column dedicated for absolute variance. So this one I'll just clear, and I put the absolute variance and apply filter. So in this case, we will understand which variance is actually underspent or overspent. So right now we do have this data over here. I also want to create another card that shows that basically whether it's over variance, overspent or underspent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to new measure again, and I'll try to use this one as status, and this one here if sum of budget. Okay, basically it's budget year to date. Okay, if sum of budget is greater than actual, the sum of actual, then I'll just put it as underspent. Okay, underspent. If just say it is opposite or vice versa, it is overspent. So this is the status, and I'm going to tick it over here. So once I tick it, so we do have status here, and then what I'll do is I'll just copy another card, copy and paste. So we do have another card, and unselect the variance and select the status. So this is the status. So basically right now is overspent. Why? Because we have a negative variance, which means the actual is greater than budget allocated. And then actually what we can do is we can actually create a slicer. So I'm going to put a slicer over here, and this slicer I want dedicated for departments. So yeah, we have the slicer for departments. I'm just going to take this. There you go. And then up to you whether you want whether in a tile format. So if just say you click on tile format, so right now we do have the department which actually appears in a tile format. And then just say I expand all this. So this is how it looks. So this is the slicer. So if just say I click accounting and finance, we get to know actually accounting and finance is overspent. Chairman office is also overspent. Corporate also is overspent. HR department is overspent. IT department overspent, okay? But when you look at HR department, basically it is underspent. When you look at legal, it is overspent. So this is actually how you can actually figure it out. Certain departments are underspent, certain departments is overspent. Where means the budget is greater than the actual, it indicates it is underspent. But when the budget is lesser than the actual, it is overspent. And then what I can do next is I also can create a title. So what I'll do is I'll just go to this new measure over here, and this one here I'll just show dedicated for title. So title, I'll just put here variance analysis of space, and since we do have a slicer, so I'll put here selected value. So the slicer here is department. So selected value will be department, or you can put the alternate result, the company name. So I'll just put here ABC Berhad. So variance analysis of the particular department or company name followed by an as of, and then selected value again. And since we do have a month name over here, so I'll just put here month name, close bracket, and again, and I put here 2023, and then enter. So once I press enter, so now we have a title measure. So I'm just going to click it over here, and I put a cut, and this time I'll just tick the title. So what I'll do is I'll just expand all this. Okay, so we have this title over here, and remove the category label, put it as a small size, maybe size of 35. So we have this title over here, and maybe you can change the color. So I'll just change this color over here. Go to effects, and maybe I choose this blue over here. Alright, so now we have this, and the same thing for overspend also. This card over here, you can just change the color. So maybe I'll just choose this color. Alright, so I'll select all this, select this card, press shift, and shift, so that it selects all this. You can go to format, and basically you can align, whereby you can distribute horizontally. So when you distribute horizontally, so now it's in equal, so there is a equal gap between the cards. So meaning to say, if just say I click on VP Office, we manage to see the performance of VP Office. But if just say I clear selection, meaning to say we manage to see the performance of entire group. But when I click on just say HR department, we notice it's underspent. Corporate affair is also underspent. But the problem is we can't see the full word underspent. What we can do is we can actually click on this card. We go to format your visual, and then we can go to callout value. Instead of 45, we can just put 40. So right now it looks in a proper word. So when just see I click chairman office, so there you go. So meaning to say, what we can see in this particular dashboard is we can actually see the title. The title is dynamic. We have a slicer. The manager can see a big picture. What is the budget allocated year to date? What is the actual incurred year to date? What is the variance, what is the status, and what is the top 5 expenses which has high variance. So the manager can actually determine. So in this case, we notice that the salary is exceeded budget. Okay, the salary is higher, wages, okay, there's wages, there's benefits, and so on. But if just when I click on HR department, so we notice that for HR department, the salary expenses is underspent because we plan the budget greater than the actual. So this is actually how you can actually see a dashboard, and you can also create multiple pages to see by department and by expenses.